Ever catch yourself wondering, like, how does that new phone, that laptop, how does it actually get to you?
Yeah.
Well, today we're doing a deep dive into the world of, get this, computers, computer peripheral equipment, and software distribution managers.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's a mouthful.
Needed a deep breath just to get through that title. But as always, we've got a stack of sources here, career guides, interview prep stuff. We've even got some insights from the RoleCatcher platform. So let's dive right in.
Yeah, let's do it.
What exactly do these distribution managers, what do they actually do?
It's more than just shipping boxes, that's for sure. We're talking supply chain strategy, forecasting, inventory management, and, in the tech world, things move fast.
Right, always something new coming out.
Exactly. So these folks need to be on top of their game.
So definitely not your average 9 to 5 then.
Not even close. Think limited edition releases, global chip shortages, software licenses. It's high-stakes logistics every single day.
And with those stakes, I bet the career paths get interesting.
You got it. Our sources paint a picture of a field with tons of opportunity, especially if you're ambitious.
Okay, so you're starting out, right? Entry level. Where do most people even begin in this field?
You'd probably start as a sales associate. Remember needing help picking out a new phone?
Don't even get me started. I spent like an hour in the store just comparing screen sizes.
Exactly. That's where those early roles come in. You build the foundation, how to work with customers, product knowledge, the whole retail scene.
Okay, so you're learning the ropes. What's next?
Then you move up, you become a junior sales rep, then senior. That's where things get really interesting.
I like it's like leveling up in a video game, but instead of, collecting coins, you're racking up real-world experience.
That's a great way to put it. And the challenges get tougher, too, just like a video game.
Okay, so you're not just, like, selling a product anymore, right?
Right. Building relationships, understanding what clients need, even coming up with a new business strategies.
So it's not enough to just know tech. You've got to know how to, sell it.
Exactly. You have to know how to position it, especially in a market that never sits still.
Always changing. And then finally, you hit the top, the distribution manager. What's it like at that level?
All that experience you've gained along the way, it all comes together.
You're calling the shots.
Pretty much. You're leading teams, developing big picture strategies, analyzing market trends, guiding sales and growth. It's a big role.
Yeah, that's a big jump from helping someone decide on a phone case.
That's for sure.
So what does it take to climb that ladder? We saw monitoring and active listening in our research. Are those skills really that important?
More than you might think. Monitoring could be inventory one day, competitor activity the next, and active listening, well.
That's not just about being polite, is it?
Nope. It's about understanding what a client needs even before they realize it themselves.
Fascinating. So you can't just be a tech person. You've got to be a people person, too.
100%. And don't forget about constantly learning. This industry moves so fast, you've got to keep up.
That's what our sources said, yeah. Knowledge and learning was a big one. What are some things that these distribution managers can do to, stay ahead of the game?
Industry publications, conferences, networking events. You got to immerse yourself in the world of tech. Always be on the lookout for what's next.
So basically, never stop learning.
Exactly. That's what separates the pros from the amateurs in this field.
Makes you think about the pros and cons of a career like this. On one hand, you get to see all the cool new gadgets.
Speaking of gadgets, have you seen those new noise-canceling headphones?
Oh, here we go.
They're incredible, a game changer.
Okay, new rule. We're circling back to those headphones later.
Deal.
But first, let's talk about those pros and cons. I'm guessing a big pro is the salary.
You're not wrong. The earning potential is definitely up there. And for a lot of people, just being on the cutting edge of tech, seeing the innovations before anyone else, that's a huge plus.
Makes sense. It's exciting stuff. But every job has its downsides, right?
Right. Our sources mentioned long hours, high stress levels, and having to adapt constantly.
Yeah, like they say, nothing worth having comes easy.
It's true, though.
Yeah.
And when you think about how fast technology changes, there's always that, that worry about job security. What's hot today could be gone tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point. It really is like constantly needing to level up, kind of like we were talking about with that video game analogy.
Exactly.
Speaking of leveling up, our research mentioned this platform called RoleCatcher. What is that all about? It sounds like it's a big deal in the tech distribution world.
It's huge. Think of it like a high-tech matchmaking service, but for jobs.
Okay, interesting. How does it work?
So you've got job seekers, right? They upload their resume, show off their skills, and it creates these dynamic profiles.
And then on the other side, you've got employers.
Yeah. They're looking for the perfect candidate. And RoleCatcher has this massive database of interview questions.
We saw something about 120,000.
Yeah, something like that. Plus, they use AI and all these fancy algorithms to analyze everything.
Wow. So technology is changing the game for both sides of the job search then.
Absolutely. It really levels the playing field. Let's say you're an employer and you need someone who's an expert in, I don't know, cloud computing distribution.
Niche.
Very niche. RoleCatcher can sift through all those interview questions and find the perfect match for you, even if those skills are buried deep in someone's work history.
So it's not just about having the right skills, it's about having those skills be seen, right?
Exactly.
Sounds like a game changer for anyone trying to break into this field, or any field, really.
Oh, for sure. And for job seekers, that AI resume analysis is like having a secret weapon.
Oh, how so?
You can see how your resume is being perceived by potential employers.
Ooh, get that feedback.
Right. Then you can tweak it, highlight the skills that matter most for the jobs you want.
It's like getting notes on a paper before you turn it in. Love that.
Exactly. But, as cool as these tools are, they're just tools.
At the end of the day, it's still on you.
Yeah. Your passion, your drive to learn, your ability to adapt. That's what really makes a difference in a competitive field like this one.
So for someone listening right now, maybe they're thinking about this career path, or maybe they're just interested in how tech gets into our hands. What would you tell them?
I'd say if you love a challenge, if you're the kind of person who always wants to be ahead of the curve.
You like shiny new things.
Exactly.
Okay.
If that sounds like you, this could be a really rewarding field to be in.
Yeah, it's really cool when you think about it. Like, you're not just selling a product.
Right.
You're part of something bigger.
Exactly. You're shaping how people experience technology. And that brings up an interesting point. We've talked a lot about the skills you need, the career path, even tools like RoleCatcher, but we haven't really touched on the why.
Okay, so what's the bigger picture?
Think about the impact technology has on our lives, the way we work, how we connect with each other, even how we relax. These devices, this software, it's all around us.
It's true. Yeah. I can't even remember the last time I actually used a paper map. It's all GTS now. And that's because of some smart tech distribution.
Exactly. And as technology keeps advancing, the role of the distribution manager becomes even more important. They're not just keeping up with demand, they're anticipating it, figuring out how new innovations can, solve problems we haven't even thought of yet.
Which reminds me, you mentioned something earlier about sustainability.
Right. As we become more aware of the environmental impact of technology, the distribution process is a huge opportunity for doing things better.
So like more efficient delivery routes, that kind of thing. Eco-friendly packaging.
That's part of it, for sure. But imagine a system that considers the entire life cycle of a device.
Okay, so what, like prioritizing refurbished tech?
Exactly. Or packaging that can be recycled, repurposed. The possibilities are really exciting.
It makes you wonder what the future holds. For anyone out there who's already working in tech distribution, what ideas are they working on? How are they going to make things even smarter, more efficient? It's a challenge, right?
It is. It's not just about getting a product from point A to point B anymore. It's about doing it in a way that makes sense for the planet and for the future.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So, as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of tech distribution, remember the conversation doesn't end here.
We want to hear from you. What surprised you about this career path? What innovations would you bring to the table?
Hit us up on social media, share your thoughts. Maybe you'll spark the next big thing in tech distribution. Until next time, keep those knowledge gears turning.